Hello and welcome to Scandi Crafts. Please excuse the not super cozy background. We are in the middle of some home renovations and we haven't gotten to this room yet. Maybe the roses help a little bit. I tried. But yeah, I know, it's very white up here. We're gonna fix it soon. I just couldn't wait to film my first ever knitting podcast. I have my coffee here as it's early afternoon on a autumn-ish day. So, first knitting podcast, I hope it's okay that I talk a little bit about knitting and a little bit about crochet. I haven't watched a ton of other knitting podcasts, but a few, and I think some do both. If you do prefer one of them, I am going to have some chapters in the video so you can scroll forward to what you prefer to see. I hope that helps. So at the moment I am working on some smaller projects, mainly socks. I did finish a big project about a month ago. That was my husband's cardigan that I've been working on and off for the past 5 years. So I haven't really found a pattern yet that I've been wanting to make. And that's just what's stopping me. I'm not going to start something big and buy yarn for it unless I know I want to finish it. I'm also really looking forward to pulling out some old favorites from the attics very soon when the temperature gets cooler here again. And I don't think I'm lacking very much in knitting sweaters and cardigans. So for the moment we're doing socks until I find a pattern that I really want to make. So the socks I'm working on at the moment, I am doing a stash down challenge on the side. I did make a video about that if you want to go see that. I'll link it below. But this is part of that. This is Tops Perfect yarn. I really like that. I think it's DK weight, so I only have one skein of each. So I'm just doing a simple 2-color sock. This is Magic Loop socks on a 3.5mm needle, and it's the Crazy Sock Ladies DK weight socks, I think the pattern is called. And I really enjoy her pattern. It's really simple and easy. I haven't ever done it in 2 colors before, so that's a little challenge for me right there, but I think they're coming out great. I'm not sure how much yarn I have, so I might have to work different colored cuffs and a heel and toes, so we'll have to see how that goes. If I do need to finish with another type of yarn, I have lots of sock yarn leftovers right behind me, so I can do that too, but it would be great to finish them off. Started doing Magic Loop this year, I think it was in January, and I started with just the needles that I already had, and I love my Knit Pros, and I started off with, I think it's a 60cm wire, so this part, and I think this one is 60 or 80, so you can see there's a little bit of a give here, but not too much. Also, this particular 3.5mm set is the interchangeable variant, so I'm noticing that I struggle a bit to slide the yarn on and off on one side particular, so I am going to buy a non-interchangeable pair for my 3.5mm. I do knit pretty tightly, so that's why I can get away with a bit of a larger needle size. So yeah, that's my little spiel on that. Oh, and that's my 25th pair of the year of socks. I have been making a lot of socks, part of my stash down, and I just enjoy making socks. I always have a pair on my needles. It's kind of like a very brainless thing for me. I know what I'm doing. I don't need to think a lot. I only need to count a few times, so that's a very calming and nice project for me to have going. I can take it with me if we go visit people, and I can knit while I have people over and while I'm watching TV and things like that. So socks has just always been my thing. And then we have the 24th pair, so one pair before. I did start this earlier. This is also Crazy Sock Lady. This is fingering weight yarn. Yarn? What did I say there? It says fingering weight yarn. This is a Lange Yarns Millicolori Luxury Socks, I think it's called. I'll put the name up on the screen here. I made one pair for my husband and he really likes it, so I did get this at the same time. I've been looking forward to making one for myself. These needles, when I made the last pair for my husband, I used my old 3mm ones that I started with in January, and they actually broke this time. So they broke here in the intersection between the needle and the cable. And they did that just at the heel, so that was pretty annoying. I had to wait a few days to get new ones. But I made sure to actually try the recommended wire length, which I think is 100 centimeters. And I have to say, I think it's easier to work with this. I do deal with hand pain and some chronic pain issues in my life, and finding ways to knit and crochet without making that worse is very important to me. So going forward, I'm going to use the 100 centimeter wires. So when I do buy those 3.5mm ones, it's going to be 100. And yeah, it's been a big change actually. But yeah, what can I say about these socks? I enjoy making them. I did buy the DK Weight Crazy Sock Lady pattern, but this one is free online. It's a YouTube video, and that's how I got started doing the magic loop. Her video is amazing. So if you've been wanting to try to do magic loop but haven't had the confidence like I had issue with, I would really recommend that video. So yeah, that's my 2 socks going at the moment. I usually have one, but I wanted to have some different weights to work on. Oh, and yeah, these 2 pairs are for me. I have been making socks for other people too a lot this year, some for gifts, some for Christmas, so I won't be showing them just yet. Just in the very odd case someone watches this, I highly doubt it, but you know, better safe than sorry with these things. And yeah, I'm on my 25th pair now, so I didn't have a goal going into the year, but maybe we can make 30, 32, that would be quite fun. And yeah, that's almost 1 pair every 2 weeks, which is great. Just a little coffee intermission. So yeah, that's my 2 current knitting projects going. Both are socks, until I find something larger to knit, like a sweater or a cardigan or a vest or something. That's gonna be my project for right now. So let's get into the crochet part of the video. I am currently working on 2 things. I didn't already mention it, but I do enjoy working on one harder knitting piece, one easier knitting piece, one harder crochet piece, and one easier crochet piece. I do this to be able to vary what I'm working on if I need to use my brain a lot and keep count and referring to pattern. I have some days where I enjoy working on harder projects, and I have some days I just want to keep my hands busy and keep going. And my easy knitting projects will almost always be socks, and a harder one will be a pattern I have to follow. And for crochet, it's pretty much the same. I really want to work on my everyday wardrobe for the moment, and I have been making a few crochet pieces that I haven't been wearing a lot daily, and most of them are wool, so that makes sense. We just had a very warm summer here, and I just want to make something in cotton, you know, that I can hopefully wear year round. I haven't been making much in that kind of category. I've just been making a lot of, you know, the classic wool knitting pieces that you can wear in the cooler months, but what about the warmer months? What about my everyday wardrobe? So that's something I'm really enjoying starting to work on right now. And for the first piece, I am doing the, let me check the name, Two-Toned Raglan by Viv Crochet. Viv Crochets. She has a written pattern, it's a free pattern, I'll link it down below, and she also has a YouTube video. I myself am pretty much a visual learner, so I love referring to the videos for these projects, and that's what I've been doing. So I decided on trying these, not in 2 tones, but in one color. And it is, so I'm using a 5mm hook. I did do a gauge. I'm not sure how to pronounce that in English. Gauge, swatch. Really sorry for butchering your language here. I am not doing it on purpose. And it says to work on 6mm, but I didn't meet gauge at 5mm or just under, so I'm having to be a bit careful with the measuring because it's not spot on. But you can mitigate that with being careful to measure and things like that. And this isn't a pattern where you need to be super careful about that. It's a pattern where you sort of measure on yourself, so that's really helpful in this case. So I am working on a dark brown. It's a color I don't have in my wardrobe currently. I might have a wool cardigan, so that's just a winter item, but I don't have any year-round items in this color, and I think it looks pretty good on me. So I thought, why not try this? I have been following the pattern with the amount of stitches, but you can decide for yourself how big you want the collar. It's not collar, is it? How big you want this part for yourself. I prefer a kind of a lower one. I don't like a high one on me. But yeah, I can try it on. I am at the end of the arm, just about to do some more decreases, I think. And yeah, I don't have a mirror in here, so if it's a bit crooked, I apologize. So I will wear this with a tank top under. But yeah, the arm is kind of here, so I'm getting closer. I have a few centimeters to go. And it's a fun and easy project to make. It's double crochet, American terms. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So this is my kind of hard crochet pattern at the moment. I do love my sweatshirt kind of items with some texture, so I thought this is perfect for that. Excuse the cat hair. My cat hair is everywhere. I'll insert a cute picture of my cat helping me to edit the other day. And what's also kind of fun with this sweater is I'm trying to use pretty cheap yarn, or at least cheap for Norway, and that is Drops Paris. It's about 17 kroners to 19 kroners per skein, where I get it from, which is under $2, so maybe $1.70 or something, or the same, about the same in euros. So that's pretty cheap yarn to be here. It's going to be a whole sweater for under 500 kroners. I usually do knit and crochet in wool, so I'm curious how this is going to hold up in my wardrobe, especially for it to be an everyday item that I'm planning to using this in my everyday wardrobe. So it's gonna get some wear and tear. I am going to wash it in my regular wash since it's cotton, 100% cotton. And usually with everything I make, I do the delicate cycle because it's wool, you know, and you need to be careful. But this one is kind of a little experiment for me. It's going to get wear and tear, and if it works well, it works well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I am making sure to have some longer tails to weave in, longer than what I normally do. So this is like a good 20-30 centimeters, which is long for me, but I'm hoping to making them longer and weaving them in extra well will help it not unraveling. Okay, I'm gonna take this off again because the sun is warm. So yeah, that is my first sort of everyday wardrobe projects for this year. I'm quite excited about it, and I have another one coming up too. That is also in Drops Paris, because, you know, everyday items. That's gonna be a cardigan. So I'm really hoping these two will do well in my wardrobe, and I'm actually going to wear them. And I'm probably going to make a video showing you what I've made, you know, the previous years, and talk a bit about why I'm wearing it or why I'm not wearing it. I find that I learned a lot about that from myself, learning about what could I do differently to actually wear this. And yeah, maybe I'll do a video about that. So that's my everyday sort of item and my harder crochet. It's not hard by any means, but I did have some issues working on going from the yoke part to the arm part. I think in the pattern she uses 15 rounds before she splits it off, and I just couldn't get onto the arm part when I crocheted at my 16th round. So I got into my 17th round and then it worked. So it might be that you need to do it on the odd row, or it might be that I'm just not comprehending it. Both can be true. And then just today I started a few new small projects in crochet. So if you've been watching my older videos or my previous videos, you'll know that I made a few of these pouches to donate to some friends. They are mainly done, but I'm needing to cut off this tail here. That's gonna be my husband's job because he's the strong one and I am not strong in my hands at all. But I found I had some leftover yarns, so I decided to make a few more. And I made this morning. It's just a simple pouch. This is also the Drops Paris yarn that I had some leftovers of, and I have a few half-used skeins, so I'm going to make a few more of these. And I started a new one just before filming this video. So this is a super easy pattern. I'll link it down below. And you can make it any size. I'm just making it this size for what they are intended to be. And I'm using a 4mm needle. And I'll show you the colors I have to work with. We have some more colors. We have dark gray. We have kind of a sagey green. We have a red one. A very, I'd call this turquoise, but not sure what to call it in English. And then kind of a dusty it says cornflower blue, maybe? So yeah, I have these to work with, and I think I'm gonna make about 5 to 10 more. Let's see how many I can get to. And that's my super simple, easy crochet. So yeah, as you can see, I have some fun things to work on and some easy things and some harder things. And that's what I prefer. I prefer to be able to switch between what I'm feeling like. Some projects where I can just go. I have been knitting a lot of socks, so I'm feeling it in my sort of knitting muscles at the moment. So I think I'm gonna crochet for a few days right now, get a bit more work on the sweater done and the small pouches done. And yeah, that's my plan for this week. And the weather is finally cooling down a little bit here in Norway. I am in a very hot room at the moment, but it's finally getting colder here, which I love. I'm not a summer person, which I know very unrelatable for many. Most people I know love summer. I just don't. I thrive in autumn and spring and even winter, even though it gets so dark here. But yeah, I am kind of relieved that summer is over very soon anyway, and I'm looking forward to all things cozy this autumn and winter. I'm looking forward to getting this room done. I'm going to switch out these shelves to something lower and try to make it super cozy here so I can continue filming in my little area. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about or anything I forgot to link. And I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon.